My name's Luke Robinson, and I'm on a mission to trade my way up to my dream car. A while ago, I bought a beta of a Ford Fusion for just £180 and decided to fix it and flip it for a profit before buying a slightly better car with the money and repeating the process again and again. Will I ever trade my way up to an Italian supercar? Who knows? But it's sure gonna be fun trying. This is Talksteer, running down a dream. Hey, welcome back to part 2 of the Seat Ibiza on the Running Down a Dream series. Now, if you're new to this car, go and check out the link up here in the top right where I introduce you to this car and show you exactly what I got for my money. And if you're new to the Running Down a Dream series, so I've been trading and flipping cars, I will leave a link at the end of this video to the playlist showing every single car that I've done from start to finish. And I know a lot of you are probably wondering about this old girl in the background, my little Peugeot 205 I've just bought. Now, I'm not going to really spoil what I'm doing with this car yet, but just be sure it will be coming up soon on the channel, and I'm looking quite forward to it. But onto the Seat itself. In this video, we are doing a little bit of an exterior detail, a little bit of an interior detail. We're not exactly going into too much depth because this is a time is money type of car. We're flipping this to make a profit. We can't go into like a massive depth and get the car up to a brand new standard. It is a 10-year-old Super Mini at the end of the day. But suffice it to say, I think the car is already looking a lot better for itself. This is the finished product at the end of part 1. We still have more work to do on the car. But anyway, what I'm going to do now is jump back about a month into the past, show you the damage on the rear quarter, which has been fixed, and then we'll get started with the detail. So what's the deal with this damage? Because I know you're thinking, like, it looks quite nasty. But to be honest, it's not as bad as it looks. There is a little bit of a crease down the side. But this will fill out. It's going to be resprayed. In fact, it's going in about 20 minutes to be professionally resprayed because I don't want to have to go doing this myself because of the value of what the car's worth. I'd rather someone do this properly, even if it means spending a bit more money, because I think the value of the car will dictate or necessitate that this job is done to a high standard. And what happened with this, as far as I know, about a year ago, it came out of a junction, scraped along the bollard and just went down the side a bit. There was no accidents involved in terms of a crash or anything like that. It's never been an insurance claim. The car was actually laid up after this because my mate was going to go around to fixing it, just put it back at the garage. Other jobs came in, time after time, kept getting delayed. In the end, I got sick of it. And pretty much that's how I ended up with the car because there was just other things he needed to do. So yeah, I think it's going to look so much better in a day or two when it comes out, when it's been resprayed. And then we're just left with the smaller jobs like the wheels and little various bits of trim that I've shown you before. Let's start off with the interior. I've never seen a car this dusty on the inside. And thankfully most of the materials seem hard wearing, at least we're dealing with darker colours. I'm going to try and keep this short and sweet as we have a lot to get through. I started by just removing as much of the loose dirt as possible, which meant vacuuming the seats and carpets and wiping down the plastics with some all-purpose cleaner and a microfiber cloth. The worst part is probably the spilled paint on the passenger seat. I used some paint thinners and a scotch pad to remove the paint before applying thinners to a magic eraser to remove some of the lighter spills on the rest of the base. Overall, they came up pretty well. Then it was on to a wet vac on the seats and the carpets. Nothing too extreme here, but they came up a lot better than when I started. I finished off with another wipe down of the plastics, as well as removing some plastic trim pieces around the gear lever to better clean them. Overall, after a couple of hours spent on the interior, the results looked much better than when I started. Next up was the engine bay. I literally spent 10 minutes here. I'm not trying to get it perfectly clean, I'm just trying to remove that obvious layer of grime. Anyway, sometimes I find people get too suspicious when the engine bay is too clean, like you're trying to hide something. And this was just literally a case of hitting it with some snow foam, agitating with a brush, and then blasting off with a pressure washer. The exterior probably required the most attention because it's white. So I sprayed some citrus pre-wash on the lower areas, followed up by some snow foam and then onto a 2 buckets wash. After drying the car, it was onto the decontamination, and this is really where the car benefited the most. I started off with a tar remover on the doors, followed by an iron remover all over, and then finally a clay mitt. Overall, the car was much less yellow when I finished and felt somewhat smoother to the touch. And of course, we have our damaged rear quarter now repaired. It's not perfect, but now looks pretty solid. I went over this section with a dual action polisher and some cutting compound to get a bit more shine back into the paintwork. And there we have it, there is the end of part 1 on the Seat. Now in part 2 I'll be doing stuff like the wheels, the mirrors and finishing off all the little touches to get the car ready to sell. I'm going to save all the beauty shots to the end of that video. Oh, did I forget that thing? Yeah, right, if you want to see what the case is with that truck, be sure to check out the new segment at the end of this video called Pure Talk, where every month I'll be talking about what's around me, the status of the channel and basically plans for the future. And just a bit of an interaction with my audience and letting you all know exactly what's going on in my life. Anyway, thank you all for watching, see you soon and like always, take care.